Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas, Fight Up TV live chat. I just realized I did not turn on my light at all. That's why the camera looks so weird right now. It looks a lot of shadows and everything. And you never want to start these off with no one on camera either. So what's up, everybody? I'm Marcos Villegas. Welcome to the Fight Up TV live chat. I'm going to turn on my light real quick. Please forgive me for doing this. Give me like 5 seconds. I'll turn on the light right now. And for anybody that tunes in right now, I'm not leaving. I got to turn on the light so this doesn't look weird, because it looks really weird right now. I forgot to turn on the light. What's up, Micah? What's up, Art? What's up, Love 8H8, Rockalina, Soccer Training, Daniel, Jesus? What's up, bros? Give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. I got to turn on the light. Give me 1 second. I'm not going anywhere. Just give me 1 second. I forgot to turn on the light. What's up, Marcus? What's up, Gambino? Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. As you can tell, here at Fight Hub, we spare no expenses. Just like on just like Jurassic Park. All right, man, let's get this show rolling. Hope you guys had a good weekend. A lot of crazy-ish happened last week, man. A lot of crazy-ish, man. What a way to start 2021, right? It just keeps getting better and better, right? Keeps getting better and better. So let's see here. I hope you guys at this point have already written down your 2021 goals. I had a chance to go ahead and do that. Main goal for 2021 is to get to 1 million subs over here on the channel. So everybody, if you're not already subscribed to Fight Hub, please, what's up, Desi? Please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, share this stream, share it with everybody. I love it that each and every week I'm seeing a lot of the same of you guys, same names here on the chat. So that it's awesome. We're growing our own little community here to just chat about boxing, chat about life, chat about whatever the hell we want to chat about. So please, keep spreading the word, keep sharing the stream, and subscribe if you haven't already. Do me a big favor, everybody. Please, I can't talk. Please press like on this as well, and we'll get to the comments right now. I'm going to try to get to as many of you guys as possible right now. Chat about Blonde Bomber. Yeah, Ebony Bridges, she is a hottie. Oh my goodness. If you want a boxing hottie to follow, my God, follow this fine young lady. I'll bring her up right now for you guys. Boxing Baddies 2021. We've already shared her profile already, but right here, can you see right there? Ebony Bridges, EBANIE _Bridges. Very, very nice. She's a very lovely. But yeah, okay, here we go. Let's go. What's up, Yair? What's up? All right. What's up, Jesus? Chris, what's up, man? Paco, what's up, bro? DJ Black Charm, what up? Let's see here. We'll start with the chats. What's up, Elysiar? What's up? All right. Alvarez is only 30, and he's the best right now, a best Mexican boxer right now. So I put this on the title because I saw that Eddie did an interview with Tino saying that he feels that Canelo is en route to be the greatest Mexican boxer of all time. Hey, sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that. He's en route to being the greatest Mexican boxer of all time because of how many weight divisions he's won titles at. If he becomes undisputed, and because he's been able to do that, win titles at higher weight classes that normally Mexican fighters haven't been able to win titles consecutively in these higher weight classes. It's obviously comes to a. Thank you for that, C97. Obviously, this is going to come as like a shock to some of the older fan base, even some people. Like, how are you going to even say Canelo is getting close to being on a level of Julio Cesar Chavez, being close to a level of a Salvador Sanchez, all those greats. Because I think, he's already top 10 for sure. If you compare what he's done, compare it to like a Morales, to a Barrera, to a Juan Manuel Marquez. Marquez was never able to get to 4 division world champions. Jesus, you're hilarious. Oh man, I love you guys. You guys are funny. Obviously, what's up, Raul? If Saul, it's a hard thing because Chavez got to 89-0, okay, and he has the most title defenses ever in history from a fighter, and he was consistently. He wasn't, facing lackluster competition. He wasn't going into a hard fight and then a whatever fight, a hard fight and then a whatever fight. So it's hard to be able to compare it to that just because the game's different. It allows for boxers to pick and choose now who they want to fight, as opposed to when Julio Cesar Chavez was fighting. He didn't have a choice. He had to fight the number one. He didn't have gimme fights. Just not some whatever fighter can come in and win the world title, because the only major world titles when he fought were the WBC and the WBA. At this point, Canelo's building the resume, and you know what? When all is said and done, he can very likely be a fighter who's 65-1. Because he's been fighting since he's a young age, but just because the game's so different now, and because you look at Envy Yildirim, it's his mandatory, okay. There's a lot of guys that you wonder, like, who the heck is this guy on Chavez's resume? Someone brought it up, Johnny Chavez and his Tijuana taxi drivers. You can make a comparison there, and that's a very good point, Marcus. Chavez broke fighters and destroyed careers. Canelo hasn't fought anyone who could beat him in years. I think that's going to be the real test there to a statement like that is who did he beat? Who did he beat in his prime? And how does that resume stack up to what the others did to him before him? You look at someone, who did Eric Morales fight? Eric Morales fought everybody in his division, all the top guys in his division. And when he was supposed to face them, Barrera, same thing, Marquez, same thing, with him as well. And then he has that signature win over Pacquiao. What's Canelo's signature win? Really a guy that he fought in his prime that people didn't think that he couldn't beat, or maybe there was a inkling of doubt there if Canelo could beat that guy. Some people would say that's Gennady Golovkin. That people thought that Triple Yi. People thought that Triple Yi was just going to run him over, and that Canelo had no chance. And Canelo, proved that he was more than able to hang with someone there. So that's a guy. That's a signature win right there on Canelo's resume. But it's just so hard seeing how difficult it is to get to 89-0 like Chavez did, and just the consecutive title defenses against guys that were consistently rated very, very high in the rankings. It's hard, and it's hard too because of the legend of Julio Cesar Chavez, the aura that was built around him too. It might be hard for some people to objectively look at it because they're biased. They grew up with this guy, idolizing this guy, and to really dissect it. So, I think we need to give it time, obviously, but he's on track. I don't know if he's on track to be number 1 or even number 2 because of Salvador Sanchez, but certainly outside of those two fighters, and I think when his career is all said and done, if he doesn't lose, obviously if he loses, it's a big wrench in the gears. But if he doesn't lose, I think that there's a strong argument that the resume that he has at this point is certainly getting up there and catching up to those the likes of a Morales, a Barrera, Juan Manuel Marquez. Given what he's done in the weight classes that he's moved up against, but obviously, the competition at times has been less than stellar. We could see the resume there. A lot of the opponents have been past their prime, but they were still good name opponents for him. But we'll see how it all shakes out. It's still very early. I still see Canelo fighting for 3-4 years. But I wanted to start off with that, and I'll leave this question to you guys. I know you guys have been putting your comments on there as well. But do you think that Canelo's on track to be the greatest Mexican fighter ever? Do you think what he's done now already puts him in top 5? I'm going to wait for your guys' responses, and I'm already getting some of them. So let's go get right to it. Let's see here. He's insane, says Savage Hector. Marcus, Peacekeeper Boxing. Salvador Sanchez won his title young and was an absolute star in his own right. Mignate. Saludos de San Antonio, Texas. What's up, San Antonio? What up, man? All right, man. We already got our first super chat. If you guys want to support the channel, if you guys want me to get to one of your comments right away or just give you a shout out, go ahead and please support via the super chat. We got our very first super chat from Skills from New Orleans. Thank you so much, bro. Canelo is a great boxer that refuses to fight undefeated African-American boxers since Floyd. I disagree with that. He fought Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs wasn't undefeated, obviously. He had already suffered a loss to, I believe, Pirog. This overlaps into a bigger thing that I kind of don't like seeing when this is brought up, that Canelo's scared to fight certain fighters. And I'm like, dude, come on. Canelo's been fighting since he was 15 years old. As a little kid in Mexico, fighting against grown men. You think a guy that has been fighting grown men since he was 15 is scared to fight somebody, fighters in general, I don't think are scared to fight fighters. They fight. That's what they do. That's how they make a living. That's what they know best. It's what they're most comfortable at doing. It's what they know as second nature. You take a painter and you ask a painter if he's scared to do, if he's scared to do a mural. My dad was a painter. He's not scared to do a mural. That's what he does. He's a painting. He needs to paint. And I always use this analogy. You think a stripper is scared to jump on the stripper pole. Stripper is going to do what a stripper needs to do. That's what she does. Same with these boxers. I don't think any one boxer really, or a majority of them, are scared to fight other fighters. What it comes down to most of the time is a few things. One, if it generates those juices, those competitive juices going, or they look at an opponent, they're like, man, this freaking guy, they don't really want to train. It doesn't really do anything for them, because these guys are all in for challenges, something to get their blood flowing, their blood going, especially when you have accomplished as much as a boxer like Canelo. You want to look for those big challenges. You want to fight opponents that will fill out an AT&T Stadium, 130,000 fans. You're looking for even higher and higher and higher highs and heights for that. That's what really gets you going. That's what you want to get into. You want to go for cosas chingonas, as Chicharito said for the World Cup. Imagine doing great, bold stuff. Why not? So I disagree with that. But we'll see what happens in the future. I just want to let you guys know, I did an interview with Caleb Plant earlier. It's going to be releasing some clips of that tomorrow from that interview. A lot of great stuff from Caleb. But the one thing that he said is, he assures that fight with him and Canelo is going to get made. So I know we went on a little – I answered the super chat. Let's get back to some of your guys' comments here. Canelo is like Trump. They are good liars. Jesus, you're too harsh on the Nello, bro. You're too harsh on the Nello. Canelo, top 10 Mexican fighter for sure. Boxers fear no boxers, but fear the loss on the record or prize fight chances. I don't think they – honestly, it's not that – I don't think they're scared to have a a blemish on the record either. I think they look at it as, if I take a loss, the financials of it, what happens there. I think that's what we may misconstrue. A person in a position like Canelo, if he takes a fight like an Andy Yildirim, which I'm surprised he's taking a fight with an Andy Yildirim, because what does Andy Yildirim do for Canelo? Nothing. It's a mandatory, and Yildirim's been in that mandatory position for a long time. But really, what does that do? That's a big lose-lose situation for Canelo. You got a guy that maybe you might not be. It doesn't naturally get you up. I'm training for Benavidez. I need to be on top. This is a huge fight. It's Andy Yildirim. Who's this guy? And what if he loses? People don't know who Yildirim is as well. So It has a lot to do with that also. And you got to look, obviously these guys are businessmen first and foremost. They're in it for glory. They're in it for legacy. Excuse me there. But they got to get paid. Obviously, it's anybody. You put yourself in Canelo's shoes. You put yourself in any fighter's shoe, and you're going to be like, well, what am I getting out of this? Money-wise, what am I going to getting? And when you look at it that way, it gives you a whole different perspective of how they're approaching these fights. And you can't blame them because obviously, say you're someone going into a fight with like the top person in your field, in your weight, and that person can't get that purse unless you're involved, you're attached to that. Obviously, you got to negotiate and you're going to want your fair cut. At the end of the day, it's prize fighting. It's about money, So, that's my take on it. All right, guys, don't spam the chat. All right, you spam the chat and put you on timeout. All right. Yeet, what's up, bro? I'm doing well, man. Happy New Year. Rondell, what's up? Canelo can fight whoever and still make money. True, that's true. But obviously, he's going to make a ton more money if it's opponents that we want him to see. If it's like a Charlo, if it's like a David Benavidez, like a Caleb Plant, we want to see him in fights like that because obviously we want to know how he does because there is a little bit of doubt there if how well he'll do or if he could win against opponents like that. Marcos, Kelsey Monroe or Rose Monroe, JC. I don't know who that is, bro. Should I know who that should be? Someone let me in on that because I don't know who they are. Canelo's doing the same thing Floyd was. Chris, Johnny, you think Andre getting a big fight this year? I hope he does, man. Andre deserves a big fight, but I don't think I think he could be doing more to get these big fights, doing more media stuff, putting himself out there more, putting more pressure on these fighters to get them fights. Reaching out to all the media people more to get them fights. And at the end of the day, too, is that he signed with Eddie to get a Canelo fight, to get a Golovkin fight, to get these big fights. He hasn't gotten those fights yet. Canelo's on the zone. Golovkin's on the zone. Okay? Eddie Hearn and DAZN are tied together. What's so difficult in making a fight there? At that point, if your promoter can't make a fight happen, you got to do what's best for you and look at it objectively and be like, yo, I signed this agreement with you to get me this fight. You're either become complacent with the fights you're getting because of the pay days that you're getting, which is fine. You're a prize fighter at the end of the day, but expect the criticism that's going to come your way. And you can't demand fights if you're fighting whatever competition, or you got to leave. You got to leave Eduardo. You got to leave Lalo Hearn. And you got to go freelance. So it opens up more opportunities for you to get a fight with Charlo, with these other middleweights and super middleweights. So that's what I think about that. But I certainly hope so because he deserves it, man. He's a talent, and I know a lot of people dog on him, but the stuff that he did, he showed up for a Charlo fight. When Charlo knocked out, I believe, Julian Williams. And you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. He showed up there, and see, he needs to do stuff like that. Okay, that generated a lot of interest. Like we want to see Andrade versus Charlo. Look what he did. He showed up and he asked during the press conference, "Yo, why aren't you fighting me? Why haven't you fought me? Like I'm next. Like come on." He needs to do more stuff like that. He needs to get himself out there more. Because at the end of the day, you got to market yourself and sell yourself as well. Jesus, Canelo quiere puras papas. Darkness, what's up? Let's see here. Thank you guys for all the comments too as well. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Dang, where'd that comment go? Okay, here. No, shit, man. Okay, this thing reset it. All right, I apologize, guys. I'm going to try to get these in the order that I get them. Canelo versus Badu Jack. I'll pass on that fight. Canelo needs to be undisputed at 168. Then we can talk. Talk about what, bro? Andrade versus Triple Yi. Yeah, let's do that. Golovkin, it's looking like Canelo. I don't know. There's a chance that Canelo and Golovkin happen, but a lot of you guys don't want to see Canelo Golovkin fight. I want to see Canelo Golovkin fight because I still think that it's unfinished business. I thought Golovkin won the first fight. I thought the second fight was a draw. Obviously, a lot of you have pointed at, hey, it's not competitive anymore. Golovkin's old now. He's not the same. It wouldn't even be competitive anymore. Let them fight. Let's see if that is true or not. Why not? It's unfinished business there. The biggest chichis in the sport. Oh, you guys are terrible. Canelo versus Jamal Charlo, and then Canelo versus Triple G3. Would love that too. But let's see what happens. I'm hearing that this Canelo. I saw a tweet from Dan Canobio. It's Canelo versus Yildirim might be on Fox. He's a free agent, but what's his face? Eddie Reynoso said that Eddie is representing Canelo now. So we'll see what happens there. Marcus, I missed your comment, but they're saying look at Floyd's record. Sad resumes. What? His career was a mirage. Floyd's career was a mirage? Get out of here, bro. You got to see what... Dude, Floyd fought everybody that he was supposed to and more when before the De La Hoya fight. All right? From Genaro Hernandez, Corrales, there was a lot of doubt there in that fight. People didn't think. There's a lot of people that didn't think that Floyd would win that fight against Corrales, He fought the guys he needed to fight coming up as a young cat, man. Like Floyd's career during that Pretty Boy Floyd stage, he fought everybody that he was supposed to fight, and he dominated everybody. So, I extremely disagree, man. You can't. Come on, bro. Floyd Mayweather was one of the greatest fighters of the last 50, 60, 70 years, man. Come on, bro. Facts, Jesus. Melones, oh, you guys are terrible, JC. I want to see Ryan Garcia and Manny. I don't think that's going to happen, bro. Two different weight classes. Eddie plays favorites. Right now, he's protecting Haney. DA looked suspect in his last fight. DA, Demetrius Andrade. Ryan Garcia and Tank. I think they're building that hype up, but I don't think it's going to happen this year because I think a fight like that it doesn't need fans. It would be great if we had fans, but it doesn't need fans. But obviously, the businesses involved want to make as much money as they can from a fight like that. So they're going to want to do it with fans so they can get a big gate. Skills from New Orleans, another super chat, man. Thank you for that. Like I mentioned, man, if you want to get a shout out, if you want to get your question answered right away, use the super chat, or if you just want to show your support for the channel, go ahead and use the super chat and help us out. I want to see Canelo tested, says Skills from New Orleans. His opponent choices always favor him to win. Canelo in a hard fight is great for the sport. Okay, I agree with Canelo in hard fights. I think all fighters should be in hard fights. That's what competition is about. Imagine if the NFL, if teams could pick and choose who they wanted to play based on their followings. It's not how sports works. Like, get the F out of here, like, come on, really? This fight with Callum Smith, there's a lot of people that thought that would be a challenge for Canelo. They weren't very sure because of, what Callum did in the World Boxing Super Series, given his size. Kovalev, same thing. You don't really know, because of how big Kovalev is. You got to give Canelo props. He's fighting guys that are way bigger than him. He's naturally not a super middleweight. This guy is naturally he's even a small middleweight. But he's too big for super welterweight. So you got to give respect for Canelo on that he's able to fight bigger men and he's trashing them, just beating the crap out of them, and just severely outperforming them as well. But I get your point. We want to see all our champions in any sport go up against the top, go up against the best consistently. That's why we watch sports as well. So I don't blame you for having that thought. Let's see here. F no, everyone said Canelo was going to win. Gilbert, Bro, if you would have said that to an English person, they would have told you no. They would have told you, and a lot of people were saying like, "Hey, this is a dangerous fight. He's the number one guy at super middleweight." Jay Alvarez, he's already the greatest of all time. Floyd, no, he's not. He's not. He's not the greatest of all time, but certainly top 10 argument, top 5 argument maybe, but to me, he's not. Bob said Loma better than Ali. That's Bob, bro. That's Bob being Bob. Come on, Bob's a promoter. He's supposed to sell his fighters. He's supposed to, hype them up. That's Bob, hyping them up. Canelo is the GOAT. Jesus Teofimo already signed the contract to fight Devin Haney. That's news to me. I haven't heard or seen anything about that. Let's see. Ryan Garcia versus Terrence Crawford and Teofimo. What are you talking about, bro? Ryan Garcia, dude. Crawford's a welterweight, dog. Ryan's a lightweight. Oh man, JC, bro, you're funny. You're too funny. I'm not gonna answer that. Is Canelo fighting next month? It's looking like it may be in Houston. This is gonna fight Envy Yildirim. So if you guys are in Texas, I'm telling you fans that are in Texas, all the fights probably this year are gonna happen in Texas. So because that's where the only place where they can put on fights, where there's a fan base that's willing to pay for these fights, is going to be in Texas. So if you're in Texas and you're a fight fan, you're lucky because you're getting all the fights this year. Because given everything with COVID and all that, I don't think they're going to open it up to any other states yet. I want to see you beat him, Ellie Sekback. You guys are crazy. Come on, bro. Marcos versus Ellie on pay-per-view. Come on, guys. Would you guys really pay to see that? Let me see the comments here. Would you guys really pay to see that? I don't think people would pay to see that. I don't think so. But let me get your responses. Deporting, you're stupid. I would. Canelo number 1, hands down. So we got one person, 2 people, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 9. Oh, 10. Oh, okay. So it's looking like, hey, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. That's all I'm saying, bros. If a deal can be put together that we could present over to one of these guys, I'm all for it. If I can make that bag, make that cheddar, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Right. Okay. That's good to know. There's interest in there. I think that'd be hilarious. I'm not gonna. He has me blocked. Okay. He has me blocked on everything. So there's no way of me getting in contact with him. Angel, you're crazy. Let's see. Devin, what's up? Marcos on top. What's up, bro? Burchelt versus Valdez. I think Burchelt has a advantage coming in the fight because Oscar, his defense, dude, he gets hit a lot. WBC would sanction Marcos versus Ellie. That's funny. I want a damn belt if that fight happens. I want them to, and I'll pay the damn sanctioning fee because I want a belt. Oh, did I hear beef? Who's the best at 130 pounds? Shakur. Seriously, you got to have like 5K subs to enter the tourney. 50-50. I have Eddie's number. Eddie Hearn's number? Give me Eddie Hearn's number then. Call him. Call Eddie Hearn. Call him. I brought that up to Eddie one time because he told me that he felt that these YouTubers could kick the crap out of me. I think he said, like, Jake Paul could probably beat the crap out of you. And I'm like, no, bro, it's not going to happen. I'm like, and then he's like, well, get yourself 1 million followers and we'll set that fight up. And I'm like, Eddie, stop. I'm not trying to front like I'm a boxer and stuff like that. Come on, bro. I got 5G on Valdez. What's the line on Valdez? That's a risky bet, bro. It's a risky bet because, Valdez gets hit a lot. And Burchelt's a hard freaking puncher, man. And if he gets touched, and here's the other thing. Burchelt throws a lot and he comes forward. And Valdez hasn't, if you entice Valdez into a slugfest, he will oblige. That's a great thing about him because he's an action fighter. He's exciting to see. But that's a bad thing if you're his trainer. Or if you have a game plan, you don't want him to do that because you're going up against a guy who's a bigger puncher than you, who's a freaking machine. This guy is a buzzsaw, Mexican buzzsaw. is Burchell. That 5K, bro. Hey, man, all power to you on that. I hope you're able to make your money on that. Oscar versus GGG. Yeah, no, we did an interview with Oscar here. I'm going to give you guys the link. Because Oscar said that he would do way better than Sarameta did against him. He kind of threw shade Oscar did at Triple E. Here's the link right here. I'm going to give you the link. It's a good interview that I did with Oscar. Check it out, you guys, after this is done. There's a link right there. I'd rather keep my 5K. Yeah, keep your 5K, bro. I don't bet anymore. You want to know why I don't bet anymore? Because there's so much stuff that we're not privy to in terms of like preparation. Like a lot of these fighters come into the fights injured, and we don't know about that stuff, you know? So there's a lot of stuff we don't know that otherwise affects the outcome of the fight. And then to add on top of that, you got these bullcrap judges that I don't know what the heck they're seeing half the time. You know, this last year has been some freaking bogus ass decisions, man. 2020 was terrible. California had some really bad decisions. Texas had some really bad decisions. So on top of that, not knowing if the guy's injured or not, you got to contend with 3 blind mice ringside that aren't seeing some of the fights. Mikey Garcia versus Ryan Garcia. That's a great fight, but that Mikey's too experienced, man. You got a multiple world 4-division world champion, and Ryan is just starting out his career. You know, that would be unfair to take that fight. I don't see it happening, to be honest. Enrique, I want to fight Jake. He sucks. TNT ducking Ryan. Any news on when the next Mikey Garcia fight will be with who? No, I haven't heard anything with Mikey, to be honest. You know, I know they're going through a rough time right now with the passing of his mom due to COVID, which is really unfortunate. So, you know, I haven't heard anything on that. Keith Thurman looks like an old man now. Payback for calling Manny old. Yeah, do you guys check out Thurman's hair, man? What do you think about that? Thurman cutting his hair, bro. That looks, oh man, that caught me off guard. I hope it's not a thing where like Samson loses his power, like when he cut off his locks. That, you know, this, I don't know. I want to talk to Keith. I'm going to try to set up an interview with Keith, but it looks, I think it looks good on him. But I was surprised, obviously, but hey, new hair, new year, new me, you know, new year, new me. There we go. I think the fade looks cool. Yeah, it looks good on him. It looks good on him. But man, he's had long hair since he was a little kid, since he was like 13, 14 years old. He might be quicker. Thurman looks like Marcos now. Nah, not really, bro. Not really. No, kind of the Mexican thing here. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for the update on Mikey, bro, and condolences to his family. Yep, Thurman left his hairline in 2020. Ah, you guys are mean. You guys are mean. What's the latest on Lopez, Devin Haney? From what I know, he's going to fight George Kambosos in Australia in like April, March. But I don't know. That could change, you know. I had a lot of fun, Marcus. Do this more often. Oxnard. Yeah, hey, we're here every Monday, 5:35. Every Monday, live chat, man. Keep it going. Keep it growing. Share the live chat and help us keep growing this little community that we have going on, man. I really appreciate it. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, yeah, we do this every Monday, 5:35. So give it a like, share it, and if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel as we attempt to get to a million views here in a million subscribers here in 2021. Enrique, you are a badass dude. Bless you too, bro. You know, and this is my message to all you guys. I hope, you know, 2021 is a lot better year for all of us. And you know, we just got to have a positive mindset, and we got to think what we can do, not what we can't do. And, you know, I was told this by my ex-girlfriend one time, you know, something's not a problem until you can't fix it. So you got to really think about that. What does that mean? Something's not really a problem unless you can't fix it. Then that's a problem. Any difficulty that you're facing in life, okay? A roadblock being something happens to you, there's a fix. If there's a fix to it, if there's a solution, or if you could sit down and think like, okay, how do I navigate out of this situation? It's not really a problem because there's a solution there to that problem. It might take you a little bit more time than you wanted to, but there's a practical way to approach that. You know, it's only when something doesn't offer a clear and concise solution that it's a problem. And I remember when she told me that, it also made me not take a lot of things in life so serious, not to get so stressed out over things in life, because at the end of the day, there's solutions to things that happen to you in life. Salute Jay from Cleveland. What's up, man? What up, Cleveland? I'm taking Cobra Kai horse meat. Have you ever had horse meat? Has anyone on here ever had horse meat? Horse meat, I hear it's the most protein impressive, like out of any meat, it's the most protein that you can get. Nice, good philosophy. Yeah, man. That's, Rocky IV. What advantage does Haney have? And don't say speed. Devin Haney over his opponents. I think he has very good positioning, and his ring IQ is like his awareness in the ring, like his ring generalship. I like that a lot about Devin. If Canelo cleans out 168, then he is the GOAT. Nah, not really. I don't think so. Shout out to you, Marcos. I'm jealous of you because you get to see. Oh God, come on, Jesus, come on, bro. I got a new boxing babe for you, Valerie Loretta, bro. I've been creeping on that chick for like a year and a half now, dog. Come on, you're a little late there. I've been. Where's those creeper eyes emojis? Where are the creeper eyes emojis? There we go. Look, I'm dropping it on the chat. Creeper eye emoji. Come on, bro. You think I don't know about Valerie Loretta? Mrs. Nalgondigas herself, man. If you don't know who we're talking about, Valerie Loretta is an MMA fighter. Beautiful, and she can fight. So give her a follow as well. F that Plant, need that Canelo fight. I talked to Caleb Plant earlier today, man. And he assured me that that's his goal. He took this fight with Caleb Truax as a mandatory to get it out of the way, so it gives him freedom to be able to go into a big fight, so he's not weighed down by a mandatory. He also told me the reason why he passed up on the Canelo fight as well. So I'm releasing that interview with Caleb Plant tomorrow here on the channel, I believe at 12:30 as well. That's Masvidal's girl. Is that they hang out a lot? But is Masvidal hitting that? Is he hitting that? If he is, bro, geez, Jorge, you're the man. Man, wow. Listo, fuego. Hell yeah. Battle of the two Calebs. Yeah, that happens on January 30th on Fox. Caleb Plant versus Caleb Truax. He's defending his IBF middleweight title. Plant will die by Canelo, says Jay. Jay, why do you think that? Let's see here. Vamos. Why would Plant rather fight Canelo over Benavidez? Really, bro? Really? Is that a question, dog? Money. It's Canelo. He's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Come on, bro. Marcos, ¿cuál será la pelea más difícil para Canelo? ¿El Billy Joe Sanders or Caleb Plant? Ask MMA champ. Oh, man, that's a tough one, bro. I say Plant, and some of you guys might think I'm crazy. And I'll say Plant because he's bigger. He's bigger than a Saunders, and he can be just as tricky, just as slick. They're more the same size, Saunders and Canelo. So I do worry that, Caleb Plant is a naturally bigger fighter and athlete than Canelo. Marcos gang. She's a Cubana. Yeah, she's Cuban, Valerie. Jorge, what is it? Jorge smashing all them. Hey, man, it's Jorge, bro. It's Jorge. What do you expect? Jorgito, dude. Tristan, who do you want Errol Spence to fight next? That's a good question, bro. Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford for sure. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford is the fight that we all deserve to get. It's hard to tell if the fight's going to happen. Here's the thing with these big fights, man. The promoters all want there to be crowds because the gates from these fights make them a ton of money, man. Look at the gates from, the biggest pay-per-view shows ever in history. $60 million gate. $40 million gate, $50 million gate. That's where the promoters make their money, is from the gate. That's where the fighters are able to get extra revenues from pay-per-view points and the gate. So you could see why there's hesitation to put on a fight like that. But regardless, those two obviously, we all want to see that fight. Now, if you're asking me who else besides Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, do I want Errol Spence to fight? Ugas. I think Ugas would be interesting. Boots Ennis, I think would be great. Would be freaking amazing freaking fight with Boots Ennis. Canelo's the GOAT. Nice, John G. Opinion on a white chocolate, a beanie, right? Is that who you're referring to? No passion, no life. And JP, why is Hurt out of the action? I don't know, man. He's been out of a while, actually. And I'm going to reach out to Jared Hurd and see what's up. I like Jared Hurd. He's a good guy. He's a good dude. Let's get 7 more likes up in here, guys. 7 more likes to get 100 likes. Jay Alvarez, why so much hate towards King Canelo? Just what the hell were y'all looking at in Canelo's last 10 fights? Hell, his last 10 years. WTF, peoples, can we not just give Canelo credit where credit is due? I think, a big criticism is when he's fought the opponents, the timing of when he's fought the opponents. Obviously, I give Canelo all the credit in the world. He's pound for pound number 1 for me, and he's going to go down as a Hall of Famer. He's going to go down as an all-time great, and he's on his way to be top 5, one of the top 5 greatest Mexican fighters of all time. But you could say, there's been times where his opposition has been less than stellar, but you got to see. Okay, same for instance, Callum Smith. Canelo put a woman on that boy, And people are going to say, like, he was supposed to win that fight. Like, this guy wasn't going to be competition for Canelo. Okay. But at the end of the day, Callum Smith was regarded number 1 at 168 pounds. Ring title and the other titles that he had. Okay. He went and he fought the number 1. Kovalev. He's supposed to be Kovalev. Kovalev was old. He was washed up already. Kovalev was still world champion. Okay, one of the top in his division, for sure top 3 at light heavyweight at that time. Just finished a fight with a young, undefeated Anthony Yarde. So that means there was still a good amount of Kovalev left, in there as well. At the end of the day, he beat a bigger guy that was dangerous. Okay, let's move back a little bit more. Daniel Jacobs. Jacobs was seen as one of the top guys at 160 pounds. A lot of people thought that he beat Gennady Golovkin. So that's kind of like going back a little bit. If you go back even further, I don't know who you'll find there, but he faced Laura. A lot of people felt he lost to Laura, but he faced Laura during a time when no one wanted to face Laura. Cotto was a little older, but Cotto was still rated number 1 at middleweight, regardless of the age, regardless if he was seen as a guy that was past his prime, regardless if people felt that Gennady Golovkin at the time was number 1 at middleweight. He was still number 1. And then he went and fought, his signature win. He fought Golovkin when he was supposed to fight him, and he fought him twice, and he won 1 fight. Yup. He lost to Laura. Rocky Fielding. Yeah, the Rocky Fielding fight was, that was a bad one. No, those are casuals, Marcos. Forget those people. Callum was highly skilled, Super 6 winner too. Good example, good age, good prime. He wouldn't have beat Roberto Duran. Well, Duran's a different weight class, bro. Duran was a lightweight, and yes, I know he moved up, won middleweight and all that, but Duran started his career as a lightweight. I think even lighter, actually, now that I think about it. Correct me on that. See if Duran did start out his career as a lightweight. I'm not too sure of that. I could have sworn that he did start his career out as a lightweight. Did Roberto Duran. Ricky Fielding, second youngest Mexican to win a world title. Canelo will be the Mexican GOAT. Tank versus Devin, I don't think it'll happen anytime soon, but I would love to see that fight. I'm a fan of all these young cats, and I like all the energy that they're having right now with wanting to fight each other. This is what the younger guys 6 years ago should have been like, all wanting to fight each other. It's good for the sport. It's good for boxing. It's good for us. Look, we're talking about all these guys. We're talking about Ryan. We're talking about Teo. We're talking about Tank. We're talking about Devin, because these guys are all talking about wanting to fight each other, and they keep talking about wanting to fight each other. This is what we want from our fighters, and this is especially what we want from our young fighters, the ones that are set to take the baton from the older fighters, set to take the baton from Garcia, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence. We want this crop of fighters that are eventually going to go to 140 and 147 pounds to keep this example and set this example for the younger guys coming up as well. Do you consider Teofimo undisputed? Asked Sarah Jane. I do, okay, but in a weird way. Obviously, I know that he doesn't have the real lightweight, the real WBC lightweight belt. Okay, Devin Haney has that, and the WBC has made this whole convoluted situation where first they say it's a franchise, and then they say it's for undisputed, and then they say they don't, and then they say they do. You know, I like Mauricio, and I think he just doesn't want to make people angry, piss people off, piss the fighters off, because he really does care about the fighters, to be honest. I see it as this, okay? I see it as he beat the man that beat the man that beat the man. He beat Lomachenko. Lomachenko was seen as number one, and Lomachenko had that title. Yes, I know he vacated it to get the franchise title, and it's confusing, okay? Devin petitioned for a fight with Lomachenko. Lomachenko rather would have went into a fight with Teofimo, and that's how that situation. Devin wanted to fight Lomachenko, and that would have been a tremendous fight. Would have been a tremendous freaking fight, and I would love to see that. So that's how we kind of got to this situation here. I consider him obviously number one at lightweight because he's the man that beat the man. The same thing as how I consider Tyson Fury the number one heavyweight, because Tyson Fury beat Klitschko. Klitschko was seen as the universally recognized heavyweight champion of the world. Okay, no one ever beat Tyson Fury for that belt. Yes, he had his little problems, and the belts all went to Joshua, and he won the belts in the meantime while he was gone. But I know I guess I'm a big thing of the man to beat the man, and Teo did that. He's the one that beat the man, and he should be given all the credit for taking the chance to go into a fight where 95% of the people out there, 90% of the people out there did not pick him to win. And he went and he won. And he deserves all the credit for that. And I think, regardless, say they never created this franchise belt. And Lomachenko never lost that belt, okay? He never lost that belt. So you could also make the argument, I don't know how strong it is or anything, but you're going to say, well, Lomachenko never lost that belt, and Teofimo beat Lomachenko, so Teofimo, So that's how I see it. Teofimo's the man at 135 pounds. He's number one. Canelo versus Pac-Man at 150 back in the day. No way, bro. No way. No way Canelo's making 150, dog. No way. I mean, yeah. Back in the day, though, I would have favored Manny. I'd favor Manny in his prime against anybody, pound for pound, dude. Manny was a whirlwind. Roberto Duran, his mother, Clara Samaniego, was a native of Guarare, and his father, Margarito Duran Sanchez, was from Arizona, United States of Mexican descent. I didn't know he's American. I didn't know his dad was American. Valerie Loretta versus Tracy Cortez. Who you got for the ultimate spicy hottie out there? For sure, Loretta, hands down, Nalgoniga's champ. She come on. Margarito Sanchez, Duran's dad, was from Arizona of Mexican descent. I did not know that. He's not undisputed. Loma vacated. Haney got the belt. Fight Haney. Yeah, I want to see him fight, man. That's the most simplest solution to all this. Let's find out. Just have him fight. And let's just have him fight. I agree with you, bro. Have him fight. Contract had no rematch clause. Canelo, 2 weeks notice. Alvarez. Augusto's not a fan of Canelo. I don't know. I still think Loma beats Teo in a rematch. Yeah, but Lomachenko's going to have to get his place back in line, from the looks of it. Kovalev forgot how to box, Marcos. You're not going to address that? It was a fix. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. But you're not playing the game, so we'll never hear from Alexa. Bro, you think getting knocked the F out like that was fixed? Who wants to get knocked the F out like that, first off, okay? Second off, you know how hard it is to fix a fight these days, okay? Literally, the person who wants the fight fixed would have to go to Kovalev and tell him, you're going to take a dive. He would have to agree to that and erase any sort of freaking paper trail there is in order to do that. A lot of the guys, I like to think, would never go through with that because of pride and the integrity of themselves as a person to be able. And that was a fight that Kovalev could have won. He could have won that fight. Obviously, he was being cautious against Canelo, given his power. And if you notice, The fight prior, he boxed Alvarez, the other Alvarez, the Colombian Alvarez. Kovalev had been boxing a little bit more under Buddy McGirt. Okay, so I don't know why. Fixed fights are common, says Rexta. Maybe on the lower level, but not at that level. At that level, it's extremely hard, bro. It's extremely hard to be able to do that. For $8 million, yes, knock me out. You would get knocked out, but someone with Kovalev, okay? Because you got to factor in, okay, a knockout. What is that going to do to me? That might ruin my future earning potential. What if I can't take a punch anymore? So it's I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. Gibby Jin, what's your take on what, bro? Let me know. Prince Naseem versus Loma back in the day. I got Loma. I think Naseem, Barrera obviously exposed him for all the things that he didn't do right. And it was eventually someone was going to catch him with that, and we saw in the fights, he got knocked down multiple times against Kevin Kelly. And in other fights, people have been able to knock him down because he hands down, freaking head up like a Pez dispenser. So eventually it was going to catch up with him. And Burrell just happened to be the one that caught up with him. Maidana versus Spence, I got Spence. Why would Teo give Loma a rematch if there was no rematch clause? Fook that. He lost and he wants to see other fighters. Loma's not the only one there. Hey, I would be down for Lomachenko Teofimo rematch. I'd love to see that just to see if what Lomachenko has been saying is true. Let's give him a minute of a doubt. Give him a minute of a doubt. If he really was injured, have another crack at it, see if he does any better. Okay? Back up what all you're saying, all these weird things that he's saying that, it was bribed and now CompuBox, my buddy Dan over at CompuBox now, they're getting, heat from Lomachenko's side just to shut all this up. Okay? Why not have a rematch? But I spoke to Teo. You want to know why there's no rematch happening? I'm going to give you the link. Teo tells me exactly why here in this interview. Tells me exactly why he won't give Lomachenko a rematch. Get some more likes up in here, guys. Teo deserves the credit, but I don't like how he thinks. He's all that. It got to him. Well, bro, he earned it, though. That's the thing. He is the man. You beat the guy that you weren't supposed to beat, who was number one, who was pound for pound number one. How is he supposed to act? Like he doesn't deserve to be there? Like, dude, he earned it the hard way. He didn't have an easy way coming up, He had all these other guys getting the attention, getting the shine, So it says a lot about him, about what he's able to do. Can you salute my wife, Monica, from Cleveland, my brother? What's up, Monica? How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Logan is dead. Logan's not dead. Kovalev destroyed Andre Ward. The first fight, I felt Sergey Kovalev won for sure. I was there live, and I was just in shock that Kovalev was doing as well as he did. Because I loved Andre Ward. He was one of my favorite fighters to watch because he was just so composed, so poised in there. And it really was a joy to watch and be able to cover Andre because Andre is a stand-up guy. That is for sure. And what you see from Andre is really how he is. And he's just overall a good dude. And I've always enjoyed and liked Andre Ward. Canelo beats Ward easy. Get the hell out of here. You crazy, bro. Nah, dog. Come on, bro. Come on. Andre Ward would have his way with Canelo, bro. Come on. Joyce took the boys' eye socket in Seoul. Yeah, poor Triple D, man. I hope he's okay after that. Because, usually after an orbital bone injury, the fighters aren't able to take punches the way they are, The easiest example of that is Kell Brook. First eye socket to Golovkin, second to Spence, and, he had problems since. Margarito, after Manny broke his eye socket, it wasn't the same. So it's an unfortunate injury, and it sucks because he's young. He's very young, and I know they had a lot of hype and a lot of high hopes for him. And he's still young. He can still turn it around, but obviously that is a big concern because at the end of the day, regardless of how defensive you are, okay, it's boxing. You're going to get hit. There's 110%. You're going to get hit. It's going to happen. Comes with the territory. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit. So with some pretty good ones, and having a cracked orbital bone, that's an unfortunate injury to have. Ward slapped Froch, one hand, I think. Andre said I think he said he had an injured hand in that fight. Junior lightweight contender Andrew Cancio will return to the ring on February 20th to face Gabe Flores. No, that's not true. Cancio pulled out of that fight. I think he's injured. Salvador Sanchez, the Mexican GOAT. Marvin, does the Canelo have to make a defense of his WBA 160 middleweight title? He has to make a defense of the WBC title, which is against MV Yildirim that they're working towards February. Andre is also good at broadcasting. My favorite non-biased commentator. Yes. Canelo would beat Ward. No way. No way. Ward said it himself. Well, didn't after the Canelo beat Kovalev before the fight. He was considering comeback after KO. He mumbled a word. And no way has had his eyes. And Inoue has had his eyes over broken. Did Inoue have his orbital broken? Someone check on that. I'm not sure. Salvador Sanchez the GOAT. Ronda Rousey versus Mayweather. Remember that one? Oh my God. Oh my God. And there was people that legit thought that Ronda would be able to beat Floyd. Like, come on. Are you kidding me, man? Joe Rogan. I just think I heard Joe Rogan on his podcast say that one time, that Ronda would beat up Floyd. Like, man. Sometimes, man. Some of these people be some of that crazy juice. Same people that said that were same people that Conor would knock out Floyd. We all knew that ish wasn't going to happen, bro. We all knew that. Tony, what's up, bro? I say Triple E3 will beat Canelo. I think GG will knock Canelo out. Joe Rogan is a puppet. I'm your puppet. No, that song. We out here talking boxing. What's up, bro? Amanda Nunez destroys Floyd. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Come on, dog. Ronda would beat up Floyd in MMA, though. Let's just stop with this. This is so played out. Let's just stop with this nonsense, okay? So Canelo holds the WBA 160 and 168 titles. He vacated the 160 title, so he only holds the 168 title now. Is that whiskey? No, it's Coke Zero. I can't drink whiskey right now, man. I'm about to go work out in a little bit. Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis. I got my man Lennox with that jab, man. I think it would have given Riddick Bowe problems, bro. Micah, Coke Zero. Canelo's #1 boxer. Record yourself in a 3-round first-time full-speed boxing sparring session as a 1 million subscriber celebration. Oh, I'd do that. Okay. Dude, can you send a shout-out to Chicago? What up, Chicago? Put your hands up for Chicago. What's up? If Triple G couldn't knock him out in 2 fights, he definitely won't on the 3rd, unless Triple G has gotten significantly very old and very slower, which a lot of you guys know that he has. What's a crazier, Lopez Dad or Crazy Angel? That's a good one. I think Crazy Angel in his prime was crazier. The stuff that we saw Crazy Angel do in his prime when he was prime Crazy Angel was like, especially when he went off on like Amir Khan during the press conference. Yeah, and then when he went off on me, man, I asked Crazy Angel. I asked Angel last time, like, hey, bro, you're not as crazy anymore. What's going on? They told you to tone it down. He's like, yeah, they told me to tone it down a little bit. But I miss Crazy Angel getting crazy because those were some of the most entertaining like things he would say, and like he could talk ish with the best of them. Could Angel, but I love Angel, man. And if you really sit down and talk to Angel and get to know him, it's very admirable the bond that he shares with Danny, and it shows you how much passion and devotion that he has to Danny, and it's something that I think everybody would strive for, to have that type of relationship and bond with their children, and with their child. And then you have the fact that he's a cancer survivor. And that's why he has that little rasp in his voice. He had cancer and he survived it. And you start seeing and you start really talking to Angel. Dude, Angel is a pretty wise guy, man. He has a lot of life advice nuggets when you really get to know him and talk to him that you're like, holy crap. Like, this guy has been through a lot. He's lived through a lot, and he has a lot to share knowledge-wise. So that's why I always like talking to him, because I feel like I always take something away from him, or always learn something that I haven't with Angel. All right, Marcos, good seeing you, man. I haven't caught it live for a couple. Take care and truly appreciate time later. All right, later, bro. Thank you. Make sure to like before you leave. Cotto got embarrassed. Number Garcia Spence, Ali versus Tyson in their prime. Ooh, that's a good one. Ali versus Tyson in their primes. What do you guys think about that? Who wins, Ali or Tyson in their primes? Ah, man, that's a tough one, man. That really isn't, just because Tyson was so explosive and so quick, but Ali just, I feel like he would have just jabbed and moved. What do you guys got? I'm seeing early on Ali. He threw his son Danny under the bus in the post-fight press conference. Not really, dude. He has separate job roles. Obviously he's Danny's dad first, but he's also his trainer. And as a trainer, you got to objectively bring up things that your fighter did wrong. And that's what he said. He said, hey, I think Danny should have thrown more punches. He didn't follow the plan. You got to do that. Okay, so I think consensus is that all you guys think that Ali would win. Tyson said that Ali would smoke him, but I think Tyson was being modest too. You ask any fighter that, they think they're gonna win. Jaime Munguia defense is his face. GGG scores him. Oh man, come on, bro. We'd rather watch you and Ellie at the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. No, it has to be on neutral ground. I'm not going over there if that ever happens. No, neutral ground. Yo, that's facts. Frazier did slap the ish out of Ali. Tank with Ryan Homie. So asleep. There you go. Okay, I was just like, tank with Ryan Homie. Okay, like it up. Yes, like it up. Paul Williams versus Canelo. I would have Canelo. The only reason is Paul Williams didn't fight like a tall fighter, and he got hit a lot, and he fought on the inside. That was Paul Williams' game, is to fight on the inside. And he smothered a lot of his punches. And, look at the way Sergio knocked him out. And I think it would have been something where Canelo would have caught him on an exchange on the inside, because Paul Williams liked fighting on the inside so much. And that was always a thing that would drive me nuts about Paul Williams, is how he wouldn't use his height and his reach, that he would rather fight on the inside. And you know who does that? But they're getting better. And he actually has a ton of freaking power, because he has torque on his punches, is Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora fights on the inside. But this kid is so wiry, so lanky. He has that lanky power. He has that torque on his punches. But he fights on the inside. The guy's like 6'6", 6'5", and he fights on the inside. I have no idea how he makes 154 pounds. This guy looks like Slender Man when he's walking in the ring against his opponents. But he's found success. Just I hope they slow it down with him. They're already talking title shot with him. I hope they slow it down with him. He's very, very young. Take your time. And that's, I think a lot of the young guys, sometimes they get pushed too early. Take your time. Trust the process. Let that fighter mature and develop. Let them grow into their man bones and their man strength. Let them clean up their defensive lapses. Take your time. Fundora's a freak. Yeah, he is, dude. The guy's a freak. Andre Ward needs to come out of retirement and fight Canelo. Dude, I always leave comments on Andre Ward when he's training. I always put Andre Ward comeback 2021. Let's go. Yeah, I would love to see Andre come back, but I think he made the right decision. He's successful as a commentator. He's done well, and obviously he got out on his own terms, and he got out with his faculties in place. What more can you ask for? He made a ton of money, Hall of Fame career, retired undefeated, and his faculties and health intact. What more can you ask for? What more was there to do? I know they had talked about him going to heavyweight. Virgil thought he could beat Anthony Joshua. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But he got out, I think, at the right time. And the most important thing is he got out with his health. Exactly, Jay. He doesn't need to come back. Is Andy Ruiz in the gym? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I hope so. Berlanga versus David Benavidez. I favor David Benavidez. Pinches mexicanos apoyan a su campeón. Dejan de mamarme. Rice and beans. Never forget Whitaker slapped JCC. Ward would smoke anyone out there right now. 160, 175. Berlanga versus Mugia. Berlanga versus Triple Yi. Two hard heaters. Berlanga versus Lemieux. I would love that fight. And when it was suggested a few weeks ago, I went crazy. I love that fight. No mames, way. Andy Ruiz lost 20 pounds with Reynoso. Yeah, that's good. He needs to stay at the gym. All right, stay at the gym. Bad left hook. What's up, man? That's my man. Is this Scott? Is this Scott right now? Let me know if this is you, Scott. Spence versus Crawford, bra and panty match. Let's go. Red panty night right there. Red panty main event. Bad left hook. Thank you for all your support over the years. What's up? What's up? Go to Bad left hook to get all your boxing news and all that. Wow, says Mario. The fight needs to happen. What's up with Mikey? He fighting anytime soon? This was asked actually earlier. Not that I know of. I haven't been aware of anything if Mikey's going to fight. Like I mentioned, his mom just passed away from COVID, and they're taking their time to grieve. So I don't know when he'll get back. I know before all this happened, the plans was for him to fight Manny Pacquiao. But we'll see. I'm trying to line something up with Manny. We're still working on it. Bad left hook, legit, yes. What happened to radio? I don't know, bro. I don't talk to radio. Mike, you too busy eating. You're so mean, bro. Canelo insulted Mexicans machismo by kissing his bro. Bro, that was his bro. Come on. You can't show affection to your brother. This is big brother. Come on, dude. My wife? I don't have a wife. I'm not married, dog. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Let's see here. Munguia knocks out Berlanga. I don't know. Munguia Berlanga. Huh. Munguia gets hit a lot, man. His defense. That's Munguia's problem, is his defense. Obviously, they're trying to improve it with Eric Morales, but he gets hit a lot, man. You got to think, obviously, Munguia is a bigger guy, but freaking A. Berlanga is a murderous puncher. Obviously, if he connects, and Berlanga will connect with Munguia. The thing is Munguia have a good enough chin to be able to withstand that power. So far, Berlanga hasn't fought quality guys. They've all been guys that make him look great, which is fine. He's a young guy. They're still trying to build him up. That's what they should be doing. At some point, yes, he's going to have to step up his level of competition. That's for sure. But they're at a stage where they're still building this, and if they do it the right way, which they should, they can build him into this super middleweight monster that makes him a viable enough attraction to merit fights with guys like Benavidez and a Canelo, so they can make some money on Berlanga. But Berlanga versus Munguia, I'm gonna throw it out on a limb there. I'll favor Berlanga against Munguia because I just don't like how often Munguia gets hit, and I feel that if Berlanga cracks him, then Munguia is not gonna get up. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Boxing Dialogue, what's up, bro? Did you ever meet Edwin Valero? Did I meet Edwin? I think very early on, I did get to see Valero train at Maywood, but I never interviewed him. And I think, God, I'm going way back now. A lot of this stuff is foggy for me at sometimes, I think I did get a chance to meet him. I never interviewed him, but I think I did get a chance to meet Valero very, very early on. But Valero was crazy, bro. If you guys ever have a chance, read the book that Hamilcar Noir put out with Edwin Valero. It's a crazy story. It details Valero's career and then how the murder-suicide happened with him and his wife, where he ended up hanging himself in jail with a picture of his family in his mouth. And it just kind of goes through detailing his drug abuse, his cocaine abuse, and just how he was a man of extremes. He's a man of extremes. Was Valero, he did everything at the extreme. And there's a lot of accounts from his sparring partners also as well, like describing how he was, the intensity that he brought to training and to sparring, where he said, when he would run, he would go balls out during his runs, and they'd ask him why. And he's like, I picture that I'm running for my life. And same thing when he fought, I picture that I'm fighting for my life. So he was a man of extremes, and a very, I think, tortured soul that, he's an addict as well. But it's a very, very good read. So I recommend to any of you guys that want to learn more about Valero and the fights that he had, because the fights that he had were exciting. There's a fight that Valero had against what was his name, Mosquera, that is a crazy freaking fight. Valero gets knocked down, he knocks the other guy down, and eventually puts him out. But it's a crazy great fight. So look that up if you ever have some free time. Valero versus Mosquera. The fight happened in Panama, I believe. It was a great fight. What's up, bro? My boy, what's good? How are you? I'm good, bro. Thank you. Happy New Year. He outboxes the whole 175 division. What would it be then? Jake Paul, number one, pound for pound. For sure, dude. Number one. He's the savior of boxing. Savior of boxing, is he? You know? We all know that Danny Garcia should have been past his dad as a trainer to go any further. We all know that, and we've been knowing this for years. Oh, hey, his dad got him to where he's at, Hey, you could say, like, hey, he's lost all these fights. Maybe he needs a new trainer. But Danny's even said, like, he won't ever train with anybody that's not his dad as well. Charlie Z, pound for pound. Canelo, the face of boxing. Toughest fight for Canelo at 168 is Benavidez. I would say, yeah, Benavidez or Caleb Plant. Saunders is a tough fight too, though. A really, really tough fight. Just because of Saunders' style. Yeah, that's right, Marcus. LOL at Charlie Z. I agree. Charlie Z. Dude, we're all in agreement. Charlie Z is the pound for pound, number one. But on another note, dude, Charlie Z took a punch from Deontay Wilder in that fight, and he got up. I'm surprised by that. That means Charlie Z, regardless of all this stuff, has a freaking chin, because I think you, me, anybody else would have taken the punches that Charlie Z took from Wilder, would have been flat on the ground and knocked out and probably still in a coma. So, yeah, that to me, when I saw that video, I was just like, what the hell? He's able to take Deontay's punch like that? Like, so, regardless of what we may think about him, man, I think the guy got a chin probably. Yeah, Danny has 6 toes. Google that. It looks really, really freaking weird. Sorry, Mayweather. Charlie's in a heavyweight, and he fought Wilder. TBE. Martin Rojas. TBE. Charlie Z. That rhymes, too. TBE. Charlie Z. TBE. Charlie Z. Canelo's being 18 world champions. Floyd has a record with 23 AR, 30 years old. I'm pretty sure Canelo breaks his record. Peacekeeper Marcus. Loma loses to a few of the young dogs. You can't see that? Lomachenko now? I don't know, man. I want to see him in this next fight to see how he is. But very likely that he could end up losing to some of these young guys. But let's, I don't want to write off Lomachenko yet, because what if he's not lying? What if he really, well, he got surgery. The shoulder was messed up, but what if that was really, it? And he's still a great fighter, and he ends up coming on some like war path and just knocking off these guys that everybody thinks would beat him like left and right. So I'm not going to count him out yet. Ward came back like a dark horse. Who is Broner fighting? Broner's fighting a guy named Pedro Campa. I don't know much about him, but he's fighting him on February 13th, the same day as Jojo Diaz is fighting his mandatory as well. Shout out Colorado Springs. What's up, man? Loma 14-1 hype, says Agosto. Not hype, bro. Not hype. You don't become a world champion in 3 fights and you're hyped up, or the quickest to become a multiple division world champion and you're hyped. No way. Granite Chin, Charlie Z. Yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. Granite Chin, dude. Estrada versus Chocolatito. Who do you got? That's a tough one, man, because Gallito Estrada looked really, really good, really sharp. Choco looks like vintage old Choco again, That's tough. That's a tough one, man. I think Gallito has been more consistent with his performances. He's had consistent, better performances over the years compared to Choco. Choco had a tough fight with Sor Rungvisai, got knocked out in the next fight with Sor Rungvisai. It looked like he was having trouble since then, but he's improved a lot. And it looks like he has his weight under control as well. Man, that's a tough one, man. That's a really, really tough one. I don't really know. I have to watch. I was there live when Choco fought Yafai, and he looked freaking great. And I saw. I haven't seen the full Gallo fight against Carlos Cuadras. He looked good. I know he knocked him down and he stopped him, but I don't know what happens. Marcos Campa pulled out of his fight with Broner due to COVID. No, are you serious? For reals? Dang. Then yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what happens. El Kukui, where's El Kukui? I don't see no Tony Hernandez. No, where's Tony Ferguson at? Tony Ferguson out here? Where's Ferg? Hey, Ferg, if you're on here, let me know. I'm not seeing him, but if he was, what up? What up, Tony? Does Ryan sleep Haney? Nah. It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight for him. I got El Gallo, says Sam. What do you think of Pitbull Cruz at 135? I'm going to see more of him. The way he knocked out Diego, I believe, Magdaleno. Dude looks like he could be a legit problem for some of these guys, So please, let's see more of him. I don't want him to just toil around in obscurity. Get him out there. Get him out there quick, man. Andy Ruiz, champ again. I think if he fights okay, thank you for that, Marcus. I didn't know that No Way did break his orbital bone. Yeah, that's a tough injury. I think Andy can be world champion again. If he fights Joshua, I think Tyson Fury, a little bit more difficult style matchup for Andy, but I certainly do believe that Andy, with the proper discipline, certainly can go ahead and win the title again. I saw Andy Ruiz at the taqueria the other day. Which taqueria did you go? Hey, dude, I want to check out this taqueria in East LA. Let me know if you guys been to it. It's called Tacos Al Cabron. Supposedly their tacos are really bomb. They have like birria tacos. If you guys have been there, Tacos Al Cabron in East LA, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let's get 4 more likes here, guys. Let's get 150 likes. Yoni, you think Margarito loaded his gloves for Cotto? Yeah, I think so. To me, he was. I've heard from people that know, it was all hogwash. They never really could prove it. People associated with. I'm not even going to name the organization actually. But no, I believe that he was. Was he aware of it? Come on, bro. You as a boxer knows when something feels different in your raps. Come on, dude. You do that every single day. When something's different on there. You're highly in tune with what's going on. There's no way he didn't know. There's no way I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it for him. Saw Ruiz at the Panaderia for reals. No, you guys are just making stuff up now, bro. You did not see Ruiz at the Panaderia. I'm also a Villegas. Thanks for keeping boxing unbiased. What's up, bro? Where are you Villegas from? I'm a Villegas from Jalisco, from Guadalajara. Lennox already KO'd Bo in the amateurs. Yes, he did it. I got him. Cotto's face agrees with you. Miguel Cotto thinks. You notice that Miguel Cotto always talks in third person? I think Miguel Cotto will do very well against this game. He's always very stoic and very serious. I think Miguel Cotto, when he goes and he buys Crocs, is a very good fight. He's always like that. Benavides versus Triple G, what you think? They used to spar, man, and he told me, David told me that Triple G is the hardest puncher he's ever been up against. So it would be a tremendous fight. But here's the other thing, man. People have said that Golovkin is old now, that he's past his prime, that he looks a little slower. I want to see Golovkin up against a guy that'll show me that, like an elite guy where I could definitively say that, this guy that he fought, Sarah Meta, this is meant to be. I really think that Golovkin let him hang in there because he wanted to get some rounds, to be honest. I really think if he wanted to, Golovkin could have put him out. That's for sure. Cotto's a strange dude. I like Cotto. He's a good guy. He likes his privacy. He's a very private guy. Tacos Al Cabron, love the name. Yeah, it's good. All right, guys, I got to go to the gym. And we've gone 20 minutes over. It's usually for an hour. So thank you, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Give us one final like as well. We are here next week at 5:35. Next week, 5:35 Monday. Every Monday, live chat, 5:35. Fight Up TV live chat every Monday, 5:35. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Have a great rest of your week. Tristan asked me that question next week on Monday at 5:35, and I'll answer it. Thank you so much, guys. I certainly appreciate it. Caleb Plant interview coming tomorrow, exclusive with him on why the Canelo fight fell through. And he assures us he will fight Canelo Alvarez coming up this year. All right, guys. Peace out. Make it a good 2021. Peace out, broskies, and have a good rest of your week. Take it easy, guys. God bless. And subscribe if you haven't already. And share the channel and watch our stuff and like everything and subscribe and release it to your boxing friends and tell them, hey, you guys got to subscribe to Fight Up and watch Fight Up. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peace out. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your week. Later.